30 seconds to countdown.
Powering up.
Standing by for an answer test. Picture's looking good. Sound is good. Stand by for the countdown.
Copy 5-5.
5, 4, 3.
Good morning everybody, welcome to Safari TV this morning. My name's Tara, I'm going to be your guide for the next 3 hours. And joining me on the gun there is Sebastian this morning on this beautiful second day of spring morning, or is it third day actually? It's the third day, isn't it? But it's still a little bit chilly, but I am confident it's going to warm up. I've even got my shorts on today, which is a good start. But joining me in final control is Herman this morning, and if you do have any questions or any information, then all you need to do is send it through to finalcontrol@safari.tv. Now, I've just been trying to follow up on last night's activities, and if anybody has heard any calling recently from lions or leopards or even hyena, please let us know, because it will help me to see if we can try and find those animals this morning. Last night we did have the sticks come through, and they came in through the sandy patch, and then from what I heard they went north towards Sydney's Dam quite possibly, but I'm still going to keep an eye and ear to the ground, but we shall soon find out if there is anything happening. We might just take a drive up there, but obviously last night we also left 2 male lions around by Gowrie Dam, and they came across towards Inga's house. We actually heard them calling while we were having dinner last night. I found the 2 sets of tracks of the males coming this way, and Herman also said he bumped into a female trying to hunt impala last night just on the open area. So we're going to just carry on heading that way, maybe try and see if they're on impala open area, and have a look around there, see where those tracks lead. So let's jump in and see what we can find. Good morning, any stations out on drive?
Morning, Tara, how are you?
Good, thanks, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. I'm just getting mobile now. Right around. Just started to see the first. Yeah, no, I'm definitely.
Copy that. Do you know where the Styx Pride ended up last night and how many there were?
Can I come again?
Do you know where the Styx Pride ended up last night, where they were left and how many they were?
Yeah, we're talking about 5 down the way. Then Henry left them somewhere on the agriculture road, somewhere there. They were heading east towards Albridge Road.
Copy that, thank you very much. I've got 2 sets of encounters from the 2 Madodas from Gowrie Dam last night, travelling west towards Summers Road.
Okay, so we're saying Tara, you're going to follow them?
I'll have a scratch around, but I'll also see if I can maybe clamber up towards Brooker's Hill Cliffline and see if I can find any more encounters from the Styx.
Okay, so we're saying.
Just an update from last night. Apparently we came back. And they were left around Sandy Patch, and it was all 5 of the Styx Pride still together. Very lion-looking tree this morning. So always worth checking out. Sorry, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get it at that angle. So it's just between the branches here, and it just looks like a lion sitting between this. where I need to just split myself in two, and one half go that way, and one half go that way. So we're left on sandy patch, still moving east, but we didn't hear anything last night to suggest they were close to camp, our side, that side. Apparently, Mike Moss said that he's seen all 5 Majingi lions down by Londolozi. Sorry, 4. I can't count this one. Thinking of the Mapocos. Mapocos, I think, are still in the west. We haven't heard any movement from them. We had 2 lions last night towards Cheetah Cliff Line, and 2 lions, one with an injured leg, but it looked like he was the younger one rather than the golf course male, so at first I thought it was the golf course male. I didn't really get a good look at him, so it could have been the golf course male with one of the other males from another pride, or it could have been the same male when the Nkuhumas brought down buffalo here at Gowrie Dam. I still think the 2 that we saw yesterday up on Cheetah Cliff Line were possibly Nkuhuma males, and there's only 3 in that pride. Unless they were completely different. Which they could well have been. There was one that didn't look like it had much main development on it. Sunrising straight through there. Beautiful. Let's get it from there. Absolutely stunning. You hear a bearded woodpecker calling in the background. Crested bob that's found a mate. You can hear the call is a lot shorter now. Okay. Hi Frank, welcome on board this morning with a beautiful sunrise here over Juma Game Reserve. Just wondering why I put so much emphasis on cats, especially leopards. Okay. And I think it's just a personal preference, but with all the cat activity recently, it's been nice to follow up. Two four-tailed drongos fighting in the back there. Yeah, so with all the cat activity, it's been nice to follow up. I've been looking for signs of elephant, and unfortunately there's not really been much. We've had a few rhinos, but as I say, I think it's just a personal thing. I really enjoy the cats, and not seeing leopards that much on the old reserve. I'm very keen to learn about the leopards. And as I say, I just love the fact that we're able to follow up on their lives and actually try and document as much as possible of their lives. So, as I say, especially in the times that we go out, you might get more movement from the cats than obviously during the day. Just changes, like, especially we haven't really seen lions that much. We saw lions for the first time in a few days yesterday, and with hearing of the Styx Pride possibly being around the area, I know quite a few people haven't seen the Styx Pride for quite a while now. So I thought it'd be quite nice to actually catch up, especially the young male. I know people keep asking how the young male is because he had a bit of a beating a short while ago. And of course, everybody always wants to know what's happening with the leopard family. If we don't see one of the boys for a while, we start to wonder if they're still around, if they've moved on. But I heard there's a lot of movement by elephants in the north, and I wonder if they are doing a bit of a circuit, trying to find as much food as possible. So they're moving up north, and then they might migrate back down this way a little bit. Hi Victoria and Jake, welcome on board this morning. Glad you enjoyed the sunrise. I hope you're doing better, Victoria. Hope you're doing well and recovering. And just wanting to know where the cheetahs went. Does anybody know? Did you miss seeing them? Bit of log in the road, looking like a scat. Victoria, we heard from the guys from Arethusa when we saw them a couple of nights ago now, that their guests actually found the 3 male cheetah walking down the road about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Gowrie, Maine. We actually left them south of Treehouse Dam, and it sounds like they were moving west, which sounds like they could have gone to Arethusa, and Arethusa has quite a big open area that they probably would take advantage of using. So I think that's possibly where they went. I don't think we've had any tracks of cheetahs since. And so that's another reason, Fred, why we went to the cheetahs a couple of times, because the cheetahs passed through so quickly. I mean, I was absolutely amazed that we were able to get the cheetahs twice. Absolutely amazed. I think we were very, very lucky. Because usually the cheetahs come and they go very quickly. Getting anything from the lions, but they could have walked down the middle of the road, or at least where the tyre tracks can overlap. As I say, I'm still looking after the elephants, but I've only been seeing dried up dung and tracks that are not worth following. They're too old. And obviously any other animals that come our way, also very good. And I think we are going to take a drive up towards Buffalo and see if we can catch up with a hyena and see if we can follow it back to the den site. Because I am still convinced there is a den in that area. I have a little bit up here. Hi, Leslie from Texas. Welcome on board this morning. Just wanting to know how many lions they saw yesterday at Sandy Patch. So it was late last night. We were actually still on air because of 2 males trying to move buffalo. But it was all 5 of the Styx Pride that remain after the problems with the Majingi lions, and it was one of the females from the Styx Pride that was killed, and it looks more than likely it's the Majingi lions that killed her, so with them feeding off of her as well. And I did hear about a week or 2 weeks later, I don't think it was that long after that female Styx Pride was killed, that another one was also killed further south. Okay, somebody's been lying in the road here. Zebra! Some zebra are around. No lion tracks. And Leslie, the original, I think there would have been a lot more. I remember hearing at one stage there was even 11 cubs. And the Styx Pride were kind of, well, it's kind of thought that they weren't really good mothers. But I think, from what I've heard, that's actually not true. I've got lions actually following the zebra down here. So the tracks actually go south. So I think we are going to try and check out Zoe's Road and Nyala Road North. Nyala Road. The lion tracks actually cutting through. So they may have got onto Voyatella access, and with all the traffic then they may have been wiped out. There's certainly at least 2 sets of tracks here. It looks like there's 3. So as I say, they were actually protecting these cubs, especially when the mapopos, they had quite a very bad time with the mapopos. And the grandma would actually try and take the cubs away. She's still around, she's still going quite strong, and she seems to be one of the reasons why the sticks are still around. She seems to kind of just get the cubs out of danger. So they all follow her, and all the other females kind of band together. It's very bright through there. Another log. And I remember reading one story where there was a little poppy, and they had the cubs hidden out in that poppy, and then the popples actually came round, and the females actually did stand their ground and attack the popples, and as I say, the grandma led the cubs away while the females were distracting the males, and all 11 survived that attack. Actually, not going to be that long before we're seeing a live one of these. But this is from a giant African land snail. It's been bleached by the sun. But you can see how big the snails can get. They can get a little bit bigger than this as well. But obviously, as the sun, or as the summer starts to really come into full force with all the rains, we're going to start seeing a lot more movement by these things. A giant African land snail. And they've actually got, on their tongue, they've got almost ridges which help to sort of shear off any vegetation that they eat. And I've actually been told, and I think I've seen it, but I do remember seeing a program where somebody actually had giant African land snails, and she used to put them on her legs, and they would eat the hairs off the legs. But she said it was a better way than waxing. Not sure if I'm really willing to try it, but I have heard that. It's giant African land snails, so we are going to see them hopefully a lot more in the next few months. And just as the sun actually starts to rise, you start to get this dip in temperature. I think I'm just about starting to feel it warm up now. And I've also heard, Leslie, that I've actually seen, I think it's caught on camera. It could have been Rex that saw it. And there was two Mapocos, I think it was Mr. T and Kinkatar. And those Mapocos had caught up with a female, and she was actually allowing them to mate with her to allow the rest of the pride to come and get away. And as soon as the males were sleeping, she then made her get away. And it was actually caught on camera with Rex quite a while ago now. It's difficult to say where these tracks went, and so they could have gone across and been wiped out. We continued east, so I didn't see where they went off. So there just has been too much traffic along here. But we'll check out Impala Plains, and as I say, we'll start moving up towards Buffalo's Hook and just see if there's any more tracks crossing Gallego shortcut. When I first arrived, I was told there was about 9 in the pride, but one was continuing down in Mala Mala, mating with the Mapocos at the time. But I don't think she has been seen for a very, very long time. I don't know if she is still around. So really everyone knew the Styx as being 8. As I say, 2 females have been killed, and we haven't seen the mangy young female for quite a while, so I don't think she has survived. So we are left with 4 females and the 1 male of the Styx Pride. And I was hearing from Johnny the other day that the Styx Pride have actually got one of the longest bloodlines of lions in the area. Looks like a white-tailed mongoose was out last night, foraging. White-tailed mongoose, quite large. Kind of from the where you can see on the screen here. So the body length would be about here. Big white bushy tail. What a beautiful little beautiful little animal. He's going to check out Zoe's Road by the looks of it. I wonder how far down he's going to go. I still think these males have also made their way over this side. Wow. Thanks, Pam. I'm saying that Moss was saying that he's just seen 3 male chiefs, or possibly the same 3 in Londolozi. That was yesterday. And say with them being young, I doubt they will have a territory. They seem to be sort of on the move constantly. As I say, I'm still not sure if they were all from the same. And here we go, got the lion tracks down here. Still not sure that they were all the same litter. So there is the one that does look a little bit older. I say not much older, maybe 6 months separating them, but definitely looking more like an adult than the other 2. He may just have lost a little bit more fur than the other 2. It's a little bit odd for me why 2 young males and another young male would have banded together. It's possible, it happened.